that a lot of people are starting off university or a new semester in the January and February intake. So that's why I decided that this video could be helpful for them, but not only for them. No matter what stage you are in your university journey, even if you're just applying now or you're already in your second year, some of these tips might be helpful for you, as they've been really helpful for me and I wish I would have known them from the start, from my first year. For those of you who don't know, I'm now in my third year. I'm studying advertising and PR at University of West London. I have a lot of videos that are related to my university experience, and I'll leave the playlist at the top of the screen if you want to check it out. First of all, I'm going to say the most important thing, in my opinion, that people should do no matter where they are in their university journey, and that is to enjoy the moment, enjoy the present. Because as I said, I'm in my third year. It's already the second semester in a week, and I have no idea where this time went. It all disappeared. Like, I remember so vividly when I first started uni. I remember the first walk to uni. I remember the first assessment. I remember a lot of the things like it was yesterday. And now, when I think about it, it's almost 3 years before, and it all happened so quickly. I just couldn't keep up with it, and now it's almost all gone. What I want to say by that is that you should appreciate every single moment, because these are moments that you're never gonna get back, just like everything in life. I know that the pressure of deadlines sometimes feel like too much, and I'm sure you have moments, because I've had these moments myself, when you question if it was actually worth it to go to university and if you would made the right decision in going to your course. But when you have these thoughts, just think about the fact that in a few years' time, when you will probably be working full-time, you will miss these days. I already miss university days like they used to be, as we're now studying from home still, because I don't have that same experience. I don't go with my colleagues at the cafeteria at lunch and like talk about everything, every stupid thing in life. We used to talk about so many random things and we would have fun doing that. And I already miss that, and I haven't even finished university. So enjoy the moment. Another thing that I would say is pretty important is to connect and meet with as many people as you can. Now, I haven't done this myself, and I kind of regret it, kind of not. Basically, I've been extremely shy and like I've struggled with social anxiety. I'm still struggling with it, but that stopped me from going out to meet a lot of people and connect with strangers from different kind of courses. And I have my group of friends within my class, my course, but now that I'm thinking back, I think I should have befriended more people. And hear me out on this educational theory that I have. I think educational environments, so starting from school to high school, middle school, university, whatever, I think that it's one of the few moments in your life where you will be forced to stay in super close proximity with people that are so different from you. Because imagine you're all thrown in together in the same room, in the same building, with people from different countries, different ages, they have different interests. They are so different than you. And you can bump into someone and you can study, I don't know, culinary arts, and you can bump into someone that's studying aviation or business or management or whatever, and you can all become friends in such a short amount of time. And that is something that you can't really do in life in general, because you're not gonna go into an airport or like a random place and go bump into a stranger and be like, oh, do you want to hang out? Do you want to have lunch with me? You're not gonna do that. I don't regret the fact that I haven't pushed myself more, but I wish I would have, in a way. Because when you finish uni, you're left with the connections that you made, even on a professional level. Because when you look for a job or when you want to interview somewhere and you know someone that works for the company, it's easier to get where you want to go, basically. And just having these connections, it's super important. I'm not saying just make friends so you can get an advantage in life. No, make friends if you actually want to make friends. And like if you actually like these people, not just because they work somewhere you like. But is a place, university, it's a place where it kind of forces you to make connections. Take advantage of students' offers and discounts. You can have a discount on council tax. You can have discounts at Apple, which besides from university times, they don't really exist. You can have so many discounts or offers or free stuff. It's crazy. On top of the ones that are available to any student, no matter where you're studying or what you're studying, there's also the university exclusive discounts. So basically for me, for example, because they are all unique to each university and every course, but for my course, as I said, I'm studying advertising and PR, we are members of the PRCA, which is basically the most well-known public relations body. And being part of that means that I can go to their events for free throughout the years of university, and that is such a huge opportunity. That is a big thing because otherwise they cost a lot of money, and there are also some member exclusive events that I wouldn't otherwise be able to participate even if I had the money, which I wouldn't anyways. So what I'm saying is make sure that you know what parts or like what societies your course is part of, what's something exclusive to your university. Another thing that we have at the University of West London is we have sort of a scholarship depending on a few circumstances, but you can get free money, and who doesn't want free money that you don't have to return? So it's a lot of these benefits that you have to look for that are exclusive to each university and each course that you can take advantage of as a student. Explore your university. I know that this is pretty tricky at the moment with the fact that a lot of the campuses are closed and a lot of people are studying from home and their home is not really close to the university. So if you're not within walking distance from your university, then I will say just stay home. But once they reopen, try to explore your university because there are certain perks that you can only find if you actually look for them. For example, in my case, we have a photography studio, we have a TV studio, we have video equipment that you can rent out, we have so many perks, benefits, studios, specific rooms where you can do certain things, but you will only find them if you look for them. And the best way to do that is to just explore your university. Just go level by level and floor by floor and just check out the rooms, see what's inside, see if it's just a regular classroom, see if it's a theater, just feel the building, because you never know when you're gonna have to know something, and that will be really handy. And also because you don't want to be like me and my colleagues that have been in university for 3 years, and even now when we get the number of a room, we don't know how to get there, and our university is not even that big. Go to the library. I think when it comes to the university experience, I miss the library the most, and it's not even about the books that you can find there, although that is kind of the primary reason why I go there all the time, but it's more about the environment. Whenever I wasn't feeling productive or I wasn't motivated enough to start a project, I would go to the library and I would always know that there is a safe space where I can study, I can focus, there's no distractions. It's basically the perfect place to study because that's what it's there for. It's a place for you to be extremely focused for a few hours and not go to your kitchen to make something to eat or like talk to someone. You're just there on your own. I love the fact that my university has quiet floors where no one is allowed to talk, and I feel super bad even when I'm opening a bag of crisps, for example. But university libraries are the perfect spot for studying, for working on your stuff. I know that for me, I used to go there and be super focused and super productive for a few hours, like 2 or 3 hours, and that would be so much more than staying home for 2 days. I would do the same amount of work in those 2 or 3 hours just because the environment allowed me to. Go to as many events as possible. Yes, there are physical events that you will go to eventually, but now I'm mentioning online events because that's all we have at the moment. But there are so many quizzes, so many webinars, so many short courses that you can take throughout this time where you have a lot of free time at home, especially if you are usually working and you are now on furlough. So take advantage of them. Now, some of them are going to be really boring, really repetitive. You'll feel like you haven't learned any new information, but you will still learn something out of it, because even if the webinar was extremely boring and you knew everything that they were talking about, you still learn how to put on an engaged face, how to look engaged even if you're bored, how to be patient enough, how to ask questions and send feedback when there was something wrong, or how to just be present and doing something that you're not particularly enjoying. I think that's a skill as well, and that's a lesson that you're learning, even if you're not learning the information that you wanted to in the first place, if that makes sense. So I'd say take advantage of all of them. Just subscribe to a lot of Instagram pages that are talking about like events, online events. Go on Eventbrite. Take first year seriously. Now, I know you're probably going to think, well, the first year doesn't count towards your overall grade. And yes, that's true, it doesn't. But I believe it counts as an example for the years to come. So hear me out on this. Second year, I believe it's the hardest because everyone has expectations from you. You should already know how things work, what you're supposed to do for your assessments, how you're supposed to act when you're presenting, and all of these basic stuff that you were supposed to do in your first year. Now, yeah, they don't count as a grade, but they do count as they teach you how to act in the next 2 or 3 years. And I think that's so important, and that's why you should treat first year seriously. If you spend the first year just partying, not going to classes, not taking the assessments and the classes seriously, then you will probably have a hard time catching up in your second year and you will fall behind. Basically, you will lose momentum and you will struggle to recover. Now, if you are an overachiever and a perfectionist and you're really pushing yourself, but you feel like it's still not enough, then forget everything that I've said in this paragraph and just hear me out on this. If you're really pushing yourself as much as you can and you're trying your best and you feel like you're failing, you are not failing, because for you, yes, first year does not count. Don't put that unnecessary pressure on yourself to get straight firsts, because it doesn't count. First year is supposed to be a year for you to experiment, to see how things are going, to get the gist of things, to see how you are supposed to write an assessment or how to do a presentation. And if you fail, it doesn't mean that you actually fail. It means that for next year, when things and grades are going to actually count towards your grade, you know how to do it and you won't fail again. So if you are that type of person, stop putting that unnecessary pressure on yourself, and trust me, second year, you're gonna know how to do all of these basic things and you're gonna succeed and you're gonna improve on them and you're gonna get so many other skills on top of that, and it's gonna help you grow tremendously on your second year. Don't be afraid to be yourself. First year is a scary time. As I said before, you're basically thrown in the same building with so many different people, and someone's telling you that you should stand out and make friends and become successful. And that wouldn't be so hard if no one else would do it. But imagine that that's what every student wants to do. They all want to be different and unique and stand out and make so many friends. And that becomes competition, unnecessary competition, because you don't have to act cool, you have to act as yourself. Maybe you are shy, maybe you are in general a very shy person and you feel like you should become cooler just to make more friends, but I 100% recommend you to not do that and just stick to being yourself, because under that shyness, people are going to slowly discover you in your own time, at your own pace, and they will see that under all that shyness, there is a damn funny person and a really amazing friend. And that's way more important than just acting cool and having a lot of friends because of that. No matter what negative quality you think you are, there are going to be so many people that appreciate you, especially because of that trait. Don't lie to yourself and don't lie to other people by trying to become someone that you aren't just because you think that's who you should be and that's cool. Because in the end, The only competition that you should have is with yourself, and you should always aim to be the best version of yourself. But that's because you want to be that way, not because someone else wants you to be cool. Education is in the end a metaphorical concept. It does not physically exist in the real world. You can't throw 9,250 pounds at a building and immediately you're given a diploma and you feel like your money is worth something. I know that sometimes it's hard to really think about if it was worth it to pay that much money or if you should have done something different. And especially in the UK, when the year of studying here is so expensive, and it's probably gonna get more expensive now with Brexit, and it's gonna be harder to come here to study. But trust me that in 3 years or 4 years time or whatever years you decide to study for, you will feel like all the stress is worth it. All the stress, all the tears, all the sleepless nights, all the deadline pressure, but also that will come with a lot of laughter, with so many amazing people that you will have met, with some of the best memories that you're gonna make in your life. And that is kind of a balance that I think it's worth it. University experience is an experience, and an experience comes with both bad and good things, bad and good memories. But in the end, it makes you who you are. And I'm definitely not the same person that I was 3 years before. I hope that this video was helpful and at least you found one of the tips useful and is going to help you throughout your university journey. And I'm sure that if you're just starting university now, you will reach your 3rd year and you will be exactly just like me. And you will ask yourself, where did the first 2 years go? Where did they disappear? Because they just fly. Time flies so fast. If you like this video, please hit the like button. I have a whole university series playlist that I'm gonna leave up here. And if you like this type of content, subscribe to my channel because I'm always trying to put out more content that I think would be useful for you guys. And I'm trying to grow my channel and it's hard because staying inside, the motivation is not that big, but I'm doing my best and I'm accepting every bad day that comes, every bad experience. And that's the same with university in a way, because you just need to accept it, live through it, accept and embrace the present, and love the future and love the past, and just don't regret anything. And this is turning into me babbling about a life lesson. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and again, if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next week, next time. Bye!